Hey guys, WanderSane here, and this is my riding jacket. As you all know, Spartan Aspida Riding jacket. And well, when I bought this jacket, I didn't have any gloves. So when I went to buy some gloves, I was confused at which gloves to buy, because मेरे किसी friends के पास छोटे gloves थे, कोई friend के पास बड़े gloves थे. बड़े gloves वाले बोल रहे थे कि get the big gloves. Small gloves वाले obviously they will say that buy the small gloves. So which glove exactly to buy? There was a lot of confusion out there. So the first glove that I bought was a Pro Biker small glove. उस टाइम पे मुझे ज़्यादा knowledge नहीं था gloves के बारे में, but later on as riding moved ahead in my head and in my life, well, gloves का महत्व मुझे मालूम पड़ गया है. So I'm going to share in this video some important things about full size gloves and small size gloves and which one should you buy. So well, stay tuned. Short gloves तो सबको पता है, but what is a full size gauntlet gloves? I'll show you. This is a full size gauntlet glove. First thing first, let's compare these two gloves. Now I have both the gloves in my hand. Let's begin with the pros of small gloves first. Of course, these gloves are cheaper. The cheapest you can get is like somewhere around 350 rupees for Pro Biker gloves. I guess everybody buys that glove initially because naya riding mein people tend to buy that gloves. But then this gloves cost 1000 rupees, but still it is cheaper than this. Short gloves cost way too cheaper than these gloves. These gloves, I'll talk about that later. The next pro of this glove is that it is easy to use. I mean, देखो कितने जल्दी मैंने इसको निकाल दिया. It is so easy to wear. Right on the go, man. When you're riding, जब भी निकालना हो निकाल दो, जब भी लगाना है लगा दो. It is so easy and so comfortable. But talking about comfort, this thing is hell comfortable, man. Because this thing is thin, not thick like the leather gauntlet gloves. इसमें पूरा हवा जाता है. It is properly ventilated and this is easy to grab. It is not tight. It is well fabricated. So हाथ को बहुत smooth लगता है. And of course, when you're riding in summers, this thing is best because इसमें हवा जाता है and it keeps your hand ventilated and then गर्मी थोड़ा कम होता है. And one more pro about this thing is that you get a wide range of short gloves. Starting from Pro Biker to Alpine Stars, you have a huge range of these kind of gloves. You can choose any glove that you want according to your needs. So that's the best part of these small gloves. And yes, while riding, of course, these gloves give you a better feedback. Now, when I talk about feedback, is that when you ride a motorcycle, when you press the clutch or when you accelerate, इसमें पता चलता है कि you're doing that. Whereas in gauntlet gloves, I'll talk about that later. Now, coming to the cons of the small gloves, well, there are a lot of cons with this. The first is that these are not durable. I mean, I've used this glove for like around 1 year now and it has already been torn apart, you see. Because there's a thin fabric over here, you don't expect a lot of life with these gloves. If you are using it regularly, then that is fine, but then it doesn't really have a long life. Second thing is that these are not that protective as the gauntlet gloves are, of course, right? Iska padding is not that hard, it is like soft rubber and there is no wrist protection at all. In fact, iske beech mein bhi there is only cloth, there is nothing else. So in case of a very hard crash, I don't know what will happen, but yeah, यहाँ पे this side it will at least protect for some time. And if in case you had a very hard crash, then God save you. Also, there is no lower palm protection and side protection, so there is nothing over here. There is nothing over here, just a thick cloth, fabric cloth, and then that's it. So well, these are kind of a commuting gloves. I don't think that you should really use this on hard touring or on track days because yeah, it will protect your hand but not up to the mark as you want. But definitely when you're riding in the city, these gloves are more comfortable. I mean, practically मैं भी यही use करता हूँ in the city, not at all the gauntlet gloves in the city because that will be a pain to keep in my bag and also to use because वो बहुत बड़े हैं, comfortable नहीं है. So city में I don't really use them, but these are my city gloves definitely. And on highway, rainy season में बारिश में I use this because gauntlet gloves are not waterproof and that's the reason most of the time I use these gloves. Well, coming to the pros of full-size gauntlet gloves, they are safe. I mean, they are literally safe. Look. And guys, the most important pro of these gloves according to me is that इसका कंफर्ट ही अलग है. I mean, when you wear this kind of gloves, I feel like I'm on something. It is so freaking strong in my hands that ऐसा लगता है बॉक्सिंग शुरू कर दूं. It feels so much robust and so much attached to the hand that it feels like it is a part of my hand itself. एकदम टाइट फिट हो जाता है, एकदम बढ़िया से फिट हो जाता है. It takes the shape of your hand because it is leather fit, and then it's amazing to ride on this. And then the most important pro of this is that it protects your hand in a wide range. It protects your wrist, it protects your upper wrist, it protects your lower palm, it protects the side, it protects your fingers definitely more than those short gloves. And then it has a huge thick coating, a huge thick leather coating, so that even if you crash, it will try to save your hand, your palm as much as it can as compared to those small gloves. Well guys, have you ever wondered why sports bike leather jackets are short and tight in the arms, in the hands? Well, because this gauntlet calf ये उसके ऊपर जाता है, and that is the reason they are designed like that. Now guys, let's move to the cons of these gloves. Of course there are cons, but that doesn't matter. But yes, of course there are cons which I need to share. The first con is that, well, इसका feedback बहुत ज़्यादा कम है. Whenever I ride, when I press the horn or when I start the bike, I don't feel like I'm starting the bike because the leather is so thick and they are kind of tight, and that's the reason मुझे feel नहीं होता. When I want to switch on my GoPro, मैंने GoPro का बटन दबाया वो तक मुझे समझ में नहीं आता, because these gloves are not for all these things, right? These gloves are for riding and to keep your hand safe. So इसका feedback थोड़ा कम है. And just in case if you're wondering, while riding the bike with these gloves, feedback नहीं आ रहा है because they're thick, bro. They're thick and they are robust. So that is the reason feedback is less. The next con is that इसमें बहुत गर्मी होता है. So if you are riding in summer with this, God help you. And if you can ride in summer with this, then bloody you can do anything. This is not kind of all weather because this is a leather glove. Now if you manage to bring a non-leather, I mean a fabricated or any artificial leather gauntlet gloves, then that might work in all season, but I don't think this will work in rainy season, so I can't use it like for 4 to 5 months in a year. The next pro, which is very valid and which all you riders will agree to me if you have these kind of gloves, is that when you stop your motorcycle, it is a pain to remove this. I mean, you need to first unwrap this, then this, then ये पूरा ढीला हो जाता है, then you need to pull it. इसको पहनने को भी उतना टाइम लगता है. You need to adjust your jacket wrist, then tighten it up from this end, and then tighten it up from this end, and then, well, it doesn't really matter, but थोड़ा बहुत 10 seconds ज़्यादा लग जाएगा. That's it. If you're lazy, then this is not for you. And the next con is that these things are expensive. I mean, these things are expensive. The cheapest gauntlet gloves that you can get in the market right now are these kinds only, the Cramster or the Rynox. These cost more than 3,000 rupees. Yes guys, 3,000 रुपए का glove का pair is pretty costly, right? But then it has a lot of perks with it. It has safety with it. It has good riding culture with it. So it is worth the effort, but I don't say that you need to buy compulsorily these gloves. There are reasons. If you are a person who doesn't really tour much, if you travel in the city itself, I don't think these gloves are much of a valid buy for you because it doesn't make sense. I mean, if you're riding in the city, then don't buy these gloves. But if you are touring like us, if you are a track person, goes on the track, ride hard, so well, I guess these gloves are best. Because guys, if you have been following my channel, wherever I went on touring after I bought these gloves, ये मैंने पहने हैं while I'm long riding, definitely पहने हैं. Unless and until there are sometimes when I use the short gloves because मुझे uncomfortable feel होता है, बहुत गर्मी होता है, या फिर I need to use my camera or the accessories while riding. So at that time I use small gloves, but definitely on long highway straight run I use these gloves. Now guys, coming back to the main point of the title is that well, which one should you buy? Well, the most important thing I'd like to say in this video is that whenever you have a crash, guys, you fall on your sides, right? You fall on your sides most of the time, unless you are very unfortunate that you had to jump on from the bike, and then that is a different case. But generally you slide on either side, right? So in that case what happens is that when you slide, आपका जैकेट जो है वो ज़मीन को घिसता है, and it tends to pull your jacket on the back side, right? So when it pulls your jacket on the back side, देखो अभी I'll pull my jacket on the back side as much as I can, but my wrist is still not open. So no matter how much it goes back, till here my wrist is not open, and then my wrist is completely protected. So you can see the padding over here, and this protection will help my wrist, because trust me guys, whenever you have an accident, I have searched this in a lot of forums and on motorcycle related websites. Whenever you ride and when you crash, your jacket tends to go back, and then your wrist gets exposed to the air, and then your hand rolls along the highway, and then this part gets damaged easily while crashed, because you don't have any control of your body over crash. It keeps on rolling and rolling until it stops, and then आपका हाथ roll हो के this thing will go bad. And if the wrist goes bad guys, I don't think like in a hard crash you'll be able to ride again or not. So in that cases, this is always better to be worn in hard riding, in track days, than in long touring. Perhaps if you can ride this in city as well, that is very good guys, because trust me, these are very safe. I mean, see the kind of padding it has. आवाज आता है, it is very tight, and here also there is padding, here also there is padding, here, and this is double layer leather. So of course there is a lot of protection in this guys. I mean, these are designed for some purpose, right? They're expensive for some purpose. It's not that किसी ने बना दिया ऐसे पहनो, ऐसा तो नहीं है. There is some reason for this. Now the same scenario we will continue on this hand with a small glove. When you crash, your hand tends to go behind, and already my wrist is exposed, as you can see. So when I roll on the road, my wrist is exposed, and this part will get easily damaged. So well, that is the main and very important reason why these gloves are designed for. These gloves I call as a commuting gloves and sometimes touring gloves, but this is definitely all-time gloves. If you want to wear this all times, really good for you. These are the Skoiko gloves, the Skoiko MC10 model. These cost around somewhere between 900 to 1000 rupees. I'll link down them in the description below. And these are Rynox Inferno gauntlet gloves. So these are expensive. These cost somewhere around 3200 I guess, 3250 rupees. So if I get these online, I'll link down in the description as well. And also there are some gloves ranging from 350 rupees to up to like 2500 rupees. The small gloves, I'll range them in the description as well, and also some other options in the gauntlet gloves. So do check out the description of this video. There are a lot of good gloves that I'm going to list out to you guys so that you can buy them. Yes, the final verdict guys is that if you are a person who travels in the city itself and do all weekend rides, sometimes weekend rides, and I guess these gloves are more than important for you. But if you are a harsh rider, if you ride on tracks, if you do long touring, if you are a person who really wants to be safe as much as you can on a motorcycle, even if you are only a commuting person, then I believe this is a wise choice for you. This is a one-time investment guys. ये जल्दी खराब भी नहीं होगा, because I don't think there's a lot of things to get damaged automatically here. The wear and tear is very less because they are thick leather gloves, but you need to take care of these gloves. You need to keep them dry as much as you can, and well, I don't think ये रोज यूज कर सकते हैं, because then पसीने से will start stinking, and then so you need to take good care of these gloves because these are leather gloves. But ये तो अपना चलता रहेगा सिटी में, ये तो मुझे बेस्ट लगता है. I know these are more protective guys, but क्या करें यार, I mean sometimes this is better, this is handy. I really want you guys to be serious about riding and wear as much as protection as you can. At least ये gloves ले लो, if not this, if you are not able to afford this, if you don't need this, ये gloves तो definitely बनता है. Because while riding guys, whenever you crash, the first thing you hit is your hands, and this thing is very important, because इससे कुछ तो बचेगा यार, कुछ तो बचेगा. So please take care of this. Gloves जरूर पहनना, helmet जरूर पहनना. So well, that's it. I just wanted to make this video to give you an idea that which gloves to buy, because I was once in a state of confusion that which glove exactly to buy among these kinds. So well, that's it about this video. I hope you love this video guys, and if it really was helpful, please do hit the like button, and well, comments में बता दो मुझे if I missed out on something, and if you want me to cover on some other topic like this. I'll see you guys in some other place, in some other vlog. Until next time, keep wandering. Peace out.